Hey guys, I figured out how to make my 3D prints look like old beat up rusty metal. Until you pick it up and realize this is about 60 cents worth of plastic and it weighs nothing. It really looks like you could hit somebody over the head with it and kill them. But it's nothing but a 3D print. It's just plastic. I had to make it into various pieces because it wouldn't fit on the build bed, which was no real big deal. And I started playing around with the different formulas on it. I will tell you, one of the tricks to this definitely is to use translucent or transparent paints and put a nice silver base down first. So once it's really a good silver, you can actually scratch through it and clean off the stuff, and then you'll see all the edges come back up. And I figured out how to make like a fake copper and a fake brass, and then I aged that up. And then, of course, Angie came up with the brainstorm to make tissue boxes. And we made a tissue box that has little hideout pockets that are inside it so you can stash your stuff. I also figured out how to use an aircraft paint on top of Kills primer to build it up really, really thick. That's a polyurethane, really expensive paint. But I mean, it really built it up like crazy. And all these different boxes and things that I'm building and designing and playing with, I figured out how to make little hideouts inside them. I'm even going to make components on them where you have to spin one of those little gears and pull it out or something like a key, and a little area will pop out and you could hide stuff inside there. The really little crosses, I made them so you could hide keys inside them, and they have a magnet so you could put them on a refrigerator, or something like that. This is crazy how this paint dries a different color. You can see how bright those colors are. It's insane. I mean, it looks like you could never use that. And when it dries, bingo, it's absolutely perfect. I can't show you what brand this is because I'm not endorsing the product and I don't know if I would get in trouble, but I got these at an art store. They're probably about $1.60 a piece, but the bigger ones could be as much as like $8, $9, $10, $15. You can see how transparent it is, and I used a sponge and a spray bottle and just various brushes. And I cocktailed everything up in like little Dixie cups and, just dabbed it. And it seems like the whole trick is to, start small. I also used baby powder and Cavasil in there to create some texture to it, some density, so it, it's kind of chunky. But you can see on here how many different dab tests I've played with, and it's insane, the colors, and then they just change as they dry. When I put those on, I mean, it looked ridiculous. It looked like a traffic cone. It was such a bright orange. But anyway, that's what I've been working on. And this is what the translucent, this I believe was called like a translucent iron oxide. And I think that's a really neat touch. And I don't really mind seeing the grain of the 3D print, and of course we're going to use these for props in the movie. This will actually be in a room in the movie, and they'll actually use it, that it's got a hideout component inside there. All this stuff goes to the movie. This is just a never-ending project that I'm doing with you guys at home. And I love interacting with you guys. You're forever telling me what's right and what's wrong and what needs to get done, what's terrible and what's good. And it's really an interesting project. And it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. But at this point, we have 4 3D printers in a row that are working like just about 24 hours a day building stuff for this project. So enjoy.